Okay, so we've been doing some preliminary matching up of things, seeing how the fit goes. A little bummed to see that this is done in two pieces. That's just going to add a little bit of extra work on our part, but I think we can get it. It seems like it really wants to go together, so we're just going to help it along a little bit more. We've got the chassis, actually got the sides of the chassis sanded down, and we're going to polish that off a little bit here in a second and make that look very, very smooth. There was a little bit of weirdness going on there, so we cleaned that all up. Made sure not to remove too much material because I haven't built this style of kit before, so I'm not 100% sure what we're in for. I did cut out the little remove things here so we could start doing some mock-ups and see how everything fits, and we got to clear up some of the tabs and just go around with some sanding sticks to clean up all the edges. On that there, same thing on the body back there. It's kind of an interesting deal how the body kind of goes. The body's got little tabs that go down inside these little nooks right there. Let's see if we can do this uno handido, as they say in Spanish. Nope, can't. Okay, moving on. But yeah, so we're doing all that. Wheels and tires are cool looking. They're actually really nice. Let's see if we can zoom in just a teeny bit here. That's better. I actually like those. Those look good, and they got a little bit of a squish to them, so that's good. And they're staggered. That's even better. Let's see. So we have our engine stuff here. One thing that I saw on the instructions is we need to mask off the chrome portion of the grill here, and then this outer area needs to be painted body color. Interesting. And then this pile right here is stuff that's going to get stripped from chrome, and then we're going to do a different paint job on that stuff. We're going to do light gunmetal and then some aluminum for the I think aluminum looks pretty cool for the what are those called, mufflers. Yes, thank you for shouting at the screen. And then interior pieces here. Now the instructions say to use flat red for the interior, but all the pictures I've been seeing, it seems like it's more of like a red brown color, so I think I might do that. Another thing that I'm sure everybody does this to some point, but I go through the entire instructions, and you'll see I have notes on everything. I've gone through, and I spent about an hour going through this, and then just adding, while trying to watch my buddy Lucasy go through and just make notes on everything about color and possible placement issues and such. So yeah, so that should I have to walk away from this for any long period of time, my memory can be refreshed and back at it again. So that's where we're at so far. So we've done even more sanding and filing and scraping, and we're getting things to fit a little better. I haven't done any work on the join between the roof and the body yet, but we have been sanding on the body itself. We added the trunk lid in there. That's kind of an interesting deal. Really wanted to be hinged, but I said, no, not this time. You go away, trunk. So not listening to that. Goofing around with the interior. Interior is an interesting deal. It's got half of a floor pan. The rear seat is the actual bulkhead as well. And then it's got some door cards that slip in, and then the dashboard goes in there, and it all goes together, and then you're supposed to put the lid on like that, so, or align it better. So it's an interesting way to build up the interior of a car. I don't know if I want to do it that way, because I do want to glue this to the body and do the best I can hiding that seam. So I think what we'll do is actually build up the interior. If this will work, I'm not sure if this will work out because some things overhang a little bit. So I was thinking it would be cool to build up the interior in place like this, and then take it out, and then put the roof on, and then when it comes time for final assembly, stuff it all back together again. So we'll see how that works. And these are the engine cowls for the side, the engine covers for the side. And I was like, I really wish that this car was an open-sided car, because the engine, I like seeing the engine in these types of cars. But then again, the engine is pretty basic. I mean, we don't even have a water pump on here. We're just actually sticking the pulleys right to the front of this engine. So yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to start stripping the chrome on these bits here, and I'm setting this aside for right now. But we're going to start stripping some chrome on those bits there, and then also doing some more work on the engine. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, big time progress has been made on the kit. We went and stripped the chrome off the front pieces, the front axle, and the tie rod, or the sway bar. Not quite sure what that's supposed to be, but figured it would be better to strip that and then glue it all up, and then come back and then not really rechrome it, but do it in some sort of metallic silver or some jazz. Right now, it's just sort of mocked up into place so that we could glue in these joints here and here with these radius arms. They're not attached to the chassis. Neither is the spring. It's just pressure fit into place. So kind of mocking everything up and gluing everything together. We did the same thing with the rear suspension. We put the link arms on there. See if I can get that to fall in place. There we go. So this was all chrome also. These were chrome, so we stripped those as well. And we're going to come back and paint this. This is all going to be gloss black back here, this whole rear suspension. Front suspension will be some sort of metallic color. And then I think the chassis will be, I think the chassis might be body color, but in a flat. I think I want to go with that. And then maybe I'll pick out the gas tank here, which you can see we removed the lettering on there. As far as the body, oops, little BG's taking a break. All right, well, as far as the body goes, we've had some issues. We're going to have to add a little bit of styrene strip to this surface here on both sides, and then just a little touch right there. We did the best we could sanding the bottom of this guy here without losing a lot of the curvature, because there's a very gentle curve on the back there. It's not flat across, and I don't want to lose any more of that and any more height. So everything seems to be fitting together just fine. We just have a real thin strip of styrene we need to add right there, and then sand down. So that shouldn't be a problem. Then we can go ahead and glue these pieces together, and we're hoping that we can like build the interior and then just press it all together, squish it all together without having to put the body on, build the interior inside the body, and then put the lid on. I just don't think that's going to look good for the finished deal. Haven't done much on the fenders here except just gone around all the edges with a nice sanding stick to get the edges to smooth out a little bit, because they were a little jagged out of the mold. I think that's just the sign of an old mold. So very happy to see that the running boards are molded separately so that we can actually paint those separately and then stick those in. And let's see here. Oh yeah, we had the trunk lid mounted, but it had dropped down and was a little too shallow, so it was depressed in the area, and we don't like depressed things here, so we decided to take it back out, and then we're just going to surround the whole inner area of the trunk with some styrene strip, styrene card or whatever, and then set the trunk down inside that. It seems to be the same thickness as the body, so I think we'll be okay. But we'll put some thin styrene card around there, and then just set this in the right way around, and then just set that in place there, and then glue it, and then be done with that. So yeah, progress is being made, but it's still kind of on the slow side. Well, we're not going to be done in time because we had a major issue with the paint, and I'm not 100% sure what went wrong, but you know, we had the can of paint warm to the touch, shook it up really well, sprayed it on a couple of thin coats on there, and then came back to check it just now, and it looks like there isn't even prime, like there isn't even paint on there, like it's just primer showing through, and then it highlighted the weirdness that was going on with the top, with the mold. So this yeah, this is definitely a travesty, because I swear it looks like there's areas where there's no paint on it. I haven't had this happen to me in a very long time with Tamiya paints. This is just disgusting. So I'm pretty bummed. We're not going to have this done for my uncle in time before we leave town tomorrow. And yeah, so the pieces here in the cabinet. It's one of the side pieces. I mean, I really thought we were doing a good job with the spraying on there. The radiator surround doesn't want to focus. That actually looks like it's in good shape to my eye. Camera's being kind of a butthead, Charlie. But yeah, even on the hood, man, it sucks. And what really sucks is I wasn't rushing the job. I was following my usual procedures of priming and painting and sanding and all that stuff. And to have this happen, it's just it just really sucks. So yeah, I'm just gonna sign off for now.